Hey, Coach Sean here. Welcome to another follow along workout where the goals are always to keep you strong, functional, and healthy so you can enjoy your life to the fullest. For this workout, you're going to need a kettlebell or a dumbbell, a weight that you're comfortable with. Make sure you have some water handy and pause the video at any point if you need extra time to recover. Always listen to my cues and never move into any pain. And never do anything that's way outside your current fitness level. All right, we got to train hard, but we got to train smart. First things first, we are going to warm up thoroughly with phase 1, joint mobility. This is your opportunity to get in tune with your body as we work our way down the segments, starting with our head and neck, working our way down. Okay, phase 1, starting right now. 3, 2, 1, go. Standing tall, looking side to side, loosening up the head and neck. Make sure to breathe and really try to get in tune with your body as we work each segment, working our way down. Just some gentle preparation before we get into our training. Chin to chest and look straight up. Beauty. And now ears to shoulders. Maybe not. Ears to shoulders. There we go. Keeping that tall standing position. Excellent work. Shoulder circles, bring them up towards the ears and down towards the hips. Smooth circular motions. The collarbone area and the scapula. And go ahead and switch directions. That's it. One arm stays straight, get into a staggered stance as shown. The back heel stays off the ground the whole time. Big shoulder circles. Try to bring your bicep close to your ear. Smooth circles. Range of motion will improve in time with consistency. Same stance, and we're going to switch directions going forward. A little bit of a hip stretch and a little bit of balance work at the same time. It's a great variation of shoulder circles. You got it. Great work. Same thing for the other side. Staggered stance, back heel stays off the ground, big arm circles backwards. Try to keep the bicep close to the ear as best you can. And switch directions, same thing. Make sure to breathe, relax. Keep that tall spine position, but make sure we're relaxing as best we can. Very nice. Standing tall, arms out to the side. One hand goes behind the back, the other hand goes behind your head. Do the best you can with this, even if it doesn't look exactly the way I'm doing it. Strive to bring one hand behind the back and one hand behind your head. Great shoulder stretch. That's what it looks like from behind. You may notice a few imbalances here. I know I do, and that's okay. Arms out to the side, torso twist. Pivot on that back foot. We're opening up the chest, Getting into a little more dynamic warm-up here, getting the blood flowing. You got it. Excellent. Big hula hoop. Feet flat, hands on the hips. Draw circles with the pelvis. Keep breathing. Think of smooth, coordinated movements. Again, everything will improve with time and consistency. Nice work. Go ahead and switch directions. Excellent. Feet together, reach for the floor, and then up towards the ceiling. Does not have to be perfect. Knees can be bent. Use whatever range of motion you have. This is our postural assessment. Wide stance. Shoot the hips back, reach for the floor, stretching out the inner thigh. Chest stays high, back is flat. Hinging at the hips, playing within whatever range you have. Nice work. Stationary march. Drive the one leg up, reach back with the opposite arm. Stand tall. Excellent. A little bit of side shuffle here. Knees bent, core tight. Use whatever space you have available. Careful of your surroundings. Excellent. Be very careful with this next one here. The back pedal can be just walking backwards like I'm doing. Just a few paces back. Getting that brain and body on the same page before we train. Fantastic. Good job on the joint mobility. Hopefully you're feeling energized, getting the blood flow. I know I always feel awesome after that. And by the way, if you want to do some or all of that routine throughout your day, especially if you sit a lot, that will be only to your benefit. So just keep that in mind. Now that we've done that, we're going to start flat on our back for phase 2, our core activation, right? We got to get our core strong and activated before we start training. So listen to my cues, starting flat on our back, phase 2 in 3, 2, 1, now. Starting flat on our back, brace that midsection, bring the belly button to the floor. Legs and arms are floating over the floor, just like this. You can support your head if you need to. You could also elevate your legs if you feel this in your back. Stay tight, but breathe and focus on the midsection. Trap that tension where it is. Excellent work. And go ahead and flip over into a high plank position or push-up position. You're going to set it up for mountain climbers. Knee to elbow. I like to do these slower at first, and then once you're nice and warm, you can speed it up if you need to. Always pretend like you're balancing something on your back. Engage that core. Nice work. Go ahead and get flat on your back again. We're going to get into a glute bridge. Knees bent, feet flat. The back of your hands are flat on the ground, pushing the arms into the floor, and drive the heels into the ground. Raise your hips up. We're going to static hold this position. Think about your glutes. Stretch your hip flexors. Make sure to breathe. Hold it. Nice work. We got one more round like this to go. Take a little bit of a deep breath. Back into that hollow position. Core is tight, arms and legs are floating over the floor. Again, support your head if you need to. Bring the legs up higher if you need to. I want you to feel this in the front, in the midsection, and not your low back. You're doing great. Last round like this. Nice work. Beauty. Flip over into that push-up position and set up your mountain climbers. If you're comfortable with it, you can speed up the tempo, or you can go slow at my pace, whatever you wish. Bringing those knees up towards the elbows. Always engaging the core. Nice work. Flat on your back, last exercise here. Knees bent, feet flat. Hands are flat up against the ground here. Push the floor away with your heels and statically hold that glute bridge position. Make sure to breathe, focusing on the glutes, stretching out the hips. Good job. Nice work on the core activation. Now that our midsection muscles are all lit up and ready to go, what we're going to do is reset or improve our gait, our posture. We're going to do this with some crawls. So I need you to listen to my cues because there's going to be a lot of paused reps in this. So using whatever space you have available, we're going to be crawling forwards, backwards, and side to side. And again, we're going to be pausing at random, and I will cue you to do so. Timer set for 2 minutes. This is going to be great. So starting on all fours in 3, 2, 1, now. Get on all fours, stagger your hands. Chest high, look forward, and start slowly advancing forward, thinking opposite, opposite. Pushing off the one leg, reaching forward, opposite arm. And pause. And now in reverse. Nice and slow. Pause. Excellent. Now we'll get into side crawl. Try to have those knees floating over the floor the whole time. Going to the side and pause. Core tight, chest high. Come on back, nice and slow. If you need to do this from your knees, that's totally cool, but try not to. Pause. Very good. Resuming forwards and backwards. Opposite, opposite. And pause. Now resume. Keep moving, looking good. And pause. Going back to side again. Chest high, back flat, always pretending like you're balancing something on your back, moving with total control. And pause. Now crawl again, looking good. To the other side. Doing great, and pause. Almost done. One more forward direction. Nice. Great job on the crawls. Hopefully you're feeling good, you're coordinated, you're certainly warm and ready to go right now. Okay, listen up, I'll tell you what drill 1 is all about. It's going to be a timed drill, 30 seconds per exercise. And we're going to do something a little different today. Drill 1 is going to be very much lower body focused. So we're starting with swings or deadlifts. We're going to get into the static lunge, where you're holding it, where your knees are just kind of floating over the floor. That static hold is really going to burn the legs. After that, we're going to get into goblet squats. One more. Then, with or without the weight, go to a wall and do a wall sit. This is going to be very challenging. So depending on the weight you use, this is either going to be very challenging or just challenging. Totally your call. We're doing 3 sets. We're going to have plenty of recovery in between, but check out this short demonstration just so we're all on the same page and you know exactly what to expect. I'm sorry. Starting with your swings or deadlifts. You're going to hinge back, hike your weight back, feel that contact with your forearms and your inner thigh, explode up, drive hard with your heels, and squeeze your glutes. It's going to be 30 seconds of swings or deadlifts, and then right into this half kneeling hold. You could use whatever range of motion works. It's going to be 30 seconds per side, core tight, chest high. You can see that weight is really close to my sternum, engaging the core. Following that, the weight stays exactly where it is, and we set up goblet squats. Elbows lined up with the knee, feet are flat, core stays tight. Try to hold the weight right there and get right into a wall sit, chest high, back against the wall. Starting round 1, I'm going to be demonstrating the deadlift here, standing right over top of the weight, hinging back, grabbing that handle hard, and making the kettlebell or dumbbell travel in a straight line, as you can see. Always return between the feet, stand up tall, squeeze those glutes, keep your core engaged, tight grip on the handle. It's 70% lifting with the legs, and your arms are just guiding the weight. Keep your core tight, looking good. And into the static lunge. Hold that weight close to your chest, stagger the stance, lower to whatever depth you can control. Make sure to breathe, keep your core engaged, and focus on statically holding this position. Very, very challenging. Looking good. Go ahead and switch legs. Front foot is rooted to the floor. You can use whatever range of motion is appropriate. I want you to control this position. Elbows are tucked in. Weight is basically touching your sternum. Tight, tight, tight. Looking good. Excellent work. Into the goblet squats. Knees track the toes. Sink into your hips. Try to line up the elbows with your knees. Stand tall every rep. Fully extend those hips. Squeeze the glutes. Lock out your knees. Only good reps matter. You're doing great. Got that nasty wall sit after this. Here we go. Get into that wall sit, chest high, back flat. If you need to, drop the weight, just like I did. Core tight, hold, hold. You're almost there, looking great. Finish strong. Oh, okay. Wow. Relax. Pause the video if you need to. Sip on some water. Right now you have 2 options. You can take an adequate break, shake out the excessive tension in your legs, and try to recover as best you can. You can try to repeat that with the same weight, or you can use a weight for some of the exercises, like the deadlift, and you can ditch the weight for others. It's really your call. But remember, only good reps matter. I want total control of the movements, and I don't want you to injure yourself, okay? We have 2 more sets to do. Like you said, I dropped the weight on the wall sit because I literally couldn't hold it. I started to feel it in my back. My arms are starting to cramp up. I ditched it. End of story. Okay? A little bit of a break. When you're ready, we're doing round 2. We're going to set this up in 3, 2, 1, now. Setting up round 2. Remember, it's deadlifts or swings. Chest high, core tight, hinge back. Drive hard with the legs. Digging with the heels, squeezing those glutes, protecting your lower back every time you come up. Stand nice and tall, looking good. This is our lower body element of the training session, and it is certainly getting it. Control your movement. Focus on the muscles. Nice. Get that weight up at chest height. Half kneeling position. That knee is floating over the floor. Use whatever range of motion you can control. Keep the elbows tucked in, core stays tight. Focus on just controlling this movement here, this position, holding it. Excellent work. Go ahead and switch sides. Root that front foot to the floor. Beautiful. Nice. Again, this can be whatever range of motion works. You could lower just a few inches if that works for you, if you need to. You're still loading up the muscles. Excellent. Get into your squat stance, chest high, core tight. The knees stay in line with the toes as you sink into the hips. Never relax the midsection. Chest stays high. That weight should be touching your sternum. Drive hard with your feet and stand tall. Excellent. Almost done. Wall sit, baby. Do what you need to do. Ditch your weight. If you are able to hold the weight, good for you. That's amazing. Make sure to breathe. Finish this strong. We have 1 more round like this to go. Nice. Little active recovery for you. Shake out that excessive tension. Walk a bit or follow along with me. Some hip circles. Whatever is going to loosen up that lower body and get you mentally ready for the last round of this. So a few hip circles here. You can do some light toe touches and hug the knee. Like this combination myself here. Really whatever works though. And if you need to pause that video, that's totally cool. Sip on some water. We have 1 more round to do like this. So make sure you are mentally ready. A few hops here and good to go. Here we go, round 3. Swings or deadlifts. Let's set this up. Hinging back, pushing the floor away, engaging those glutes, locking out the knees hard. We're really getting in our volume here for our lower body. And I promise you after this, we'll do the same for the upper body. Something to look forward to. Looking good. Focus, focus, focus. Last set. Nice work. Get that weight up at chest height. Static, hold the lunge. Core is tight, chest is high. We're using whatever range of motion is appropriate for us. Beautiful work. Go ahead and switch sides, same thing. Staggered stance. Lower, control. Keep your core tight. Keep the elbows tucked in. That torso is always in a plank position. You're doing great. We're almost done. Finish this strong. Good job. Into that standing position, set up your squat. Sink into the hips, stand tall. If you need an extra second or two, take it when standing. It's all good. Line up those elbows with the knees. Push into the floor hard with your feet. Nice. Last but not least, we're going to get into that wall sit. Here we go. Finish strong, chest high, back and head against the wall. Ditch the weight if you need to. Good job. Finish strong. Good work. 3 sets of hardcore lower body. That is amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back. Pause the video if you need to. Sip on some water. Shake out the tension. Don't worry. The thing we're doing next is going to be mainly upper body. We will be working the clean and press. And yes, that relies on the hips a little bit. But the reason I wanted you to do that, seriously, is because I want that blood flow to get back to the hips, okay? So by doing that, you're actually going to help loosen things up a little bit, as opposed to just not using the legs at all. This is going to be a good way. It's going to make you feel better. I can promise you that. So 1 clean, 1 strict press. We're going to do that 5 times each side. Then we're going to get right into the bent over row. And we're going to finish with a round the body pass again. Okay. So a little bit of cardio, but it's going to be more of a timed drill. It's going to be an AMRAP. Whatever pace you're comfortable with, you can follow along with me, or you can refer to the description on the side and just get her done. I'm not demonstrating this. The first round or two, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But again, one more time, it's a clean press, 5 reps, both sides, bent over row for 5 reps, both sides, and then around the body pass for 5 reps, both sides. Nice and simple, nothing you haven't done before. We're starting drill 2 right now. Here we go, 5-minute challenge. The clean and press. Hike it back. Get that rack position, strict press. Re-clean it every time. If you're using a dumbbell, it's going to be more of a straight line. If you're using your kettlebell, it's that hinge position. Core is tight, crush that handle, drive it up hard. If you need to do the push press, that's cool too. Nice, 5 reps. Excellent. Same thing for the other side. Follow along with me or refer to the description on the side. Hike it back, clean it up, standing plank, and grind it out. That rack position, that fist is underneath your chin, the elbow is tucked in close to your ribs, your core is tight. You're crushing the handle as you press it up. There we go. 5 and 5. Nice work. And into that bent over row. Chest high, back flat, leaning on that front leg. Pull the weight back towards your hips for 5 repetitions. Engage the back. You got it. 5 and 5. Force that chest high as you pull back. Very good. And finishing off with a round the body pass. Standing plank. Get tight. Pass it around. Be careful of your surroundings on this one. Focus up. 5 one way, 5 the other. You got it, looking good. Short breaks if you need it. If you don't, get right back into it. Strict clean and press. Again, you can do the push press if you have to. Try to line up that bicep with the ear every time we stand. Lock out those legs hard. This is a full body lift, but obviously mainly the upper body. Nice, keep going. 5 and 5. Doing great. Almost there. Nice. Bent over row, chest high, back flat. Really engaging those back muscles. Today is a very, very thorough session, I can promise you that. Force the chest high, pull back. Very nice. You can see here my skin on my hands is starting to peel off here from all the snatches I did the other day. It's starting to really, really be painful. Oh well. 5 and 5 around the body. Finish strong. We're almost there. Here we go. Finish strong. Great job on that AMRAP. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is not easy. Today's session was very, very thorough. Solid lower body drills, solid upper body drills. And now what I would suggest for your finisher, if you still have juice, I would actually take it outside, go for a 20 to 30 minute walk or a jog or a bike. Let's start enjoying the weather right now and get out into the fresh air and finish off your training that way. If you're not into that idea, if you've already done that today, no problem. You could stretch, you can do a couple sets of anything else you want. So if you do have access to a TRX or the bed sheet set up, pull-ups, 2 or 3 sets of pull-ups, 2 or 3 sets of push-ups, go to failure, and you'll be done. I want you to rest tomorrow if that's what you choose to do. We haven't done this one in a bit. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the high bridge, the 3-point bridge. If you do want some mobility and a little bit of extra work, feel free to do this. Other than that, you crushed this. Good job. Coach Sean telling you to be strong, confident, and capable, but as always, kind, compassionate, and happy. We will talk to you soon. Into a crab walk type position. Make sure the heels are a little bit closer to the hips. We're going to get into our bridge, like so, and then shift our weight on the one hand. So again, We're starting from this bridge, and then we shift the weight to the one hand, continue to drive with the legs down, and use your free hand to reach up to the sky as shown. When you're feeling stable, bring that top arm so it's parallel to the floor, and then return it to 90 degrees. Try to statically hold that high bridge the entire time with your one hand and driving down with your heels. And make sure to do the same thing for the other side, of course. Squat position, hips high, shift your weight, continue to drive down with the heels. Bring that top arm down so it's parallel to the floor. Return it to 90 degrees. Do 2 or 3 sets of this, anywhere from 5 to 8 reps each side.